Hi, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to this Easter Sunday edition of The Crows Show, brought to you by Hungry Jack's Kit Kat Iced Drinks. First up, the career milestone of much-loved Brody Smith. His 250th game came against Freo in his 14th year at the club, and for much of his career, he's been the architect of the team's rebounding defence. Very few AFL players have matched Smith's reputation for ball delivery and metres gained.
Brody Smith doesn't need an invitation for a long, straight kick at the big sticks.
It does mean a lot. I said to someone during the week that it's probably the first milestone where I've really sat back and appreciated, I guess, the enormity of it. And with Tex and Sloaney doing it last year and seeing how much it meant to them and their families, it's sort of, I knew mine was around the corner. So when I first got here, the older guys, which I'm now the old guy, would say that it goes really quick and you sort of just ignore it and you're having fun at 20, 21, playing some footy, but it has gone extremely quick, and I'm now that old guy passing the message on to the young guys to make the most of it because it goes pretty quick. I don't think I'm over it yet, to be honest. It's something I still think about regularly, and certainly a missed opportunity individually. Obviously, as a team, unfortunately, we didn't get the job done and win the premiership. But yeah, definitely the most difficult time of my career. To obviously doing an ACL is bad enough, but to do it in the first final and miss out on a finals run, 2 wins at home, and then go into a grand final, that was really difficult. And hopefully, we get there the next couple of years and I can move on from missing out. It's something I struggled with early in my career, and I had to really buy into it and guess learn a little bit about myself and leadership, and certainly my year out with my knee helped that. I did a bit of coaching, sat on the bench and was able to help guys and I guess step away from my game and lean into that leadership, and it's something I've loved it. It's came into the leadership group when we started the rebuild, and to be able to help guys that have come through, like Will Hamill, Paddy Parnell, Lockie Scholl, these guys, and really give them a lot of time and help them and use my experience to, I guess, try and help them along on their journey. So I have really enjoyed it, and I enjoy the responsibility of, I guess, having to look after guys and make them better, but also being able to step up on game day and lead the way. There's a lot of time and space when I first started, which as a running halfback was great. Could get a switch kick and have 4 bounces down the wing, which I really enjoyed. That's that sort of uncontested side of the game is my weapon, and I've had to work on the contested side. So the game's definitely become more compact, and that time and space is a rarity now. So I do miss those days of having heaps of time up and down the wing, but sort of had to adjust along the way. And as I said, the contested side and defensive side of my game is something that I've worked really hard on, and you don't get that. When you do get the time and space now, you really have to cherish it and make the most of it.
Good leap and mark by Smith. He can-roots the ball a long way from 60. Brody Smith unleashes a bomb.
The Crows have had 9 coaches in their short history, and Brody has played under 5, beginning with Neil Craig. Stay with us. Still to come, we'll review Friday night's game against Freo, Harry Schamberg's big strides on his long road back, and Ebony Marinoff catches up with the big man who matches brains with brawn. Perhaps the hard luck story of 2023 belongs to Harry Schamberg. On the cusp of gaining a regular place as an explosive running midfielder, Harry snapped his Achilles in the last game of the year. He spent his post-surgery recovery on the family's Mid-North farm before beginning a 9-month rehab. And so far, he's looking good, even taking on the role of water boy during the Port Lincoln trial.
In about 2 minutes, mate. Can I get you out there?
In the trial match, obviously lucky enough to be the runner for one of the teams, something that I've never done before, so it was a bit of a different experience. That's when I was sort of just coming back into running, and I really enjoyed it.
Harry.
Yeah, mate, yeah?
You get Harry Boyle forward and Lockie Thomas to the wing.
Yeah. Oi, Lockie! Go to the wing, swap with Harry! Hey! Was working with one of the teams and sort of got out there and gave a few boys a few sprays, a few pump-ups. Oh, you bloody missed it! Yeah, it's actually a lot harder than you think. I think especially at AFL level, I think you only have 45 seconds or something to be on the field and you're going to get off and can only go on at certain times. In the trial matches, sort of just roll on when you want. But yeah, I gave a fair few boys some words. Some of them were happier, some of them weren't. But no, it was good fun. Hey buddy, how you going? Tracking really well. It's getting a bit exciting at the moment. Looking at sort of playing in the next sort of 4 to 5 weeks. So yeah, obviously it's been a bit of a long journey, something that I haven't really experienced before, a long-term injury, but no, it's definitely made me a better person, a better athlete, and I'm looking forward to playing some footy this year. I've always maintained pretty positively. I think I haven't had any hiccups, which has been really lucky. Yeah, I've just tried to stay as positive as I can and sort of work on some things, and it's all gone very smoothly, so very happy of how it's gone, and fingers crossed it stays that way throughout the year. Yeah, I've been in the gym a lot, working on some upper body, my leg strength, and then as the moon boot sort of come off, sort of focused on my foot strength, my calf strength, and then was able to sort of get out and run. So yeah, it was sort of a slow process at the start, but then as I sort of got out of the moon boot and started moving around, it came along real quickly. At times at rehab, you can get pretty lonely, so the main thing was staying connected, always sticking with the boys, if that was dinners, catching up for lunch or whatnot, but then also in the club, just as much as I can being around the team, so team meetings, speaking with the coaches, everything like that, as much as I could, just to sort of stay involved and have a positive outlook. So I really enjoyed that, and that helped me in a big way in my rehab. Do you see where I am on here?
Right here.
Yeah, that's me right there.
G'day guys, it's Luke Mankervis here. I'm not sure if you've seen some of my Instagram stories and stuff like that, but the boys think they're answering a question, but I'm going to scare the crap out of him, so let's go.
You just fear.
Oh,
unlucky.
Stone Cold.
Unlucky, bud.
Oh! What are you bastard? What are you doing? What the hell has this club turned into? It's a circus.
Oh, Slimmy. Hey, boo.
Hey, boobs.
Speak. Oh. You are a man of steel.
Yeah, so is that.
Thank God I used the other entrance.
Oh, I've been so scared. Slightly off! How'd you know?
See a reflection, bro.
Alright, let's do a reenactment. Reenact.
There's Homsy coming in. Biggest scare.
Thanks to Toyota, we want to see your trick kicks. Outside, inside, any angle, any target. Monthly winners will receive a Crows Guernsey. The overall winner will receive an exclusive behind-the-scenes matchday experience at the Crows Round 22 Western Bulldogs Clash. Email crowsshow@afc.com.au or post to #CrowsTrickKick. Show us what you can do. After an AFL career spanning 3 clubs, former ruckman Sam Jacobs has turned to coaching. He's taken charge of his old Sandford club, Woodville West Torrens.
My first, obviously, foray into senior coaching. It's a bit different than being an assistant. I think the biggest thing I'm enjoying is just sort of being across everything. So, you know, you get the opportunity to, I guess, coach first of all. You're building relationships with your players, sponsors, all that. I'm just learning so much, and yeah, really thankful for the opportunity. I've been fortunate to have a lot of, you know, good coaches across my career. A few senior coaches like Don Pike, David Teague, Scott Camporelli have been really good, and Mick Godden, someone who I was able to spend a year with and sit next to him in the box, and you know, I learned so much about coaching and head coaching and all that from him as well. And you know, obviously had the opportunity to be the member engagement officer here at the club, which was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But for me, the opportunity to get right back into, I guess, the wins and losses and ride in the ups and downs is where my passion is, and to get back into coaching, yeah, it's been really positive. I'm very fortunate to be back at the club, which I came through the pathway, and I'm obviously an Eagles man through and through, so to be able to coach somewhere that I'm so passionate about is a really natural fit. 80% of our team's made up of players from our pathways, and that's something I'm very proud of and something I'll look to continue as well. It is a lot of information. It's different from being an assistant to being a senior coach, but the more games I do, the more comfortable I feel in there, and I'm a pretty relaxed personality as well, so I'd like to think I'm sort of gathering information and making decisions pretty swiftly. I expect the SE10EP competition this year to be pretty even. I think Glenelg and Sturt played in the grand final last year, and Crows weren't too far off it, but Sturt have obviously recruited again. Glenelg are the premiers, and then after that, I think it's anyone's guess how the five's going to sort of round out. So it's important we've got a few games at More Team Key Oval early in the year, and it's important we sort of bank a few wins before we start hitting the road through the middle part of the year. But I'm really confident in the players we've got. The players are fit. We're in a good spot, so we're ready for the season to start.
The Crows AFLW team is busy preparing for Season 9. Former skipper Chelsea Randall and her teammates are dabbling with gymnastics to help improve strength and flexibility.
For us, our pre-season is a long season, I guess, for us. So it's really important for us to kind of keep things different and change the environments, and it just engages you as a player to kind of try different things and catch up with your mates as well, which is awesome. Doing a little bit of aerial stuff, so working on some of our marking, some of our jump and landing, and yeah, just mixing it up a little bit. So it's a bit of fun. After stepping down as captain, it's well and truly time to step down and allow some of our new young leaders to come through and guide this footy club and our football team to greatness, and see how that kind of goes. So no, it's been awesome seeing some of our girls already take some leadership in that space, and yeah, it's been really good. Still doing my men's coaching role, and just loving that, loving being around the boys, and just about how they go about it, and our footy club and the journey that we're all on. I work with some exceptional and amazing people and feel very fortunate.
3, 2, 1.
So the wear and tear on your body, it must take a toll, being the #1 ruck week in, week out.
Yeah, sure. It's a very physical position, so you get a lot of knocks, especially in the middle there in the centre bounce. You get a lot of corkies every week, so I've got my shin guards on trying to protect them, but the quads cop a little bit of a beating. So yeah, plenty of work with the physios, and plenty of extra recovery in terms of ice baths and all the normal stuff. And then you do get very stiff, so a lot of stretching, mobility, yoga stuff. I do a lot in that space. So it's a full-time job, keeping the body, I guess, ready to go and ready to perform. So it's a bit of a grind in season, but got great people at the club to help with that.
And obviously different styles of ruckman, and how do you come up against them? And we've got the new rule this year, so I feel like that might be to your advantage. Yeah, they come in all shapes and sizes, the ruckman. So there's some really big, obviously big-bodied ones that are like a Sean Darcy or a Jared Witt, or even Mason Cox. They've probably got 8 centimetres on me and probably 10 kilos. So definitely have to use your feet a bit more and dance around and not sort of get wrestled with them, because you're probably losing a contest of strength. Whereas there's other guys that are a bit lighter bodied and more jumpers. So I'm probably the stronger one there. So I need to use my body to control them. So yeah, there's a new rule this year in terms of being able to use your arm in the ruck contest, so I think that'll definitely cause me a few less headaches in terms of centre bounce when you've got a big springy ruckman who's jumping over your head. It's make it a little bit easier to sort of combat that, but looking forward to implementing that this year. And outside of footy, obviously you're pretty switched on and you're still studying and Dr. O'Brien in the future, or?
We'll see how we go, maybe. I've always wanted to do medicine and be a doctor, so that's probably still the plan. But yeah, I've got a lot of interest and try and keep my brain ticking over, because as you know, footy can sometimes be a bit less intensive on your brain, but it's good to have something on the side, and it sort of takes me away from footy as well. So yeah, I love keeping myself busy and look forward to enjoying that and hopefully being a doctor post-footy.
Works for footy, but being tall, do you always fit in the hotel beds and things like that, or what comes with it?
So that's an issue, and then clothing's also an issue. They don't really make my size of shoe, size 14, they sort of cut off at 13. Any other
custom made?
All my jeans are ankle freezers, all my shirts are quite tight, but there's some good things. I'm easy to spot in a crowd, especially you know, at a big music concert or something, everyone can see me. So it has its perks, but certainly has its drawbacks, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'd rather be me than, say, Nettie McHenry, who's a little bit vertically challenged, so I'm very happy.
Nah, we're very lucky to have you, and all the best for the season, and thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Noff.
Looking ahead to Gather Round, the Crows take on the Demons on Thursday night. Here's my breakdown. Number 1. The possible absence of Stephen May shapes as a big blow for Melbourne. He organises their defence, he's their general back there. The other thing that's important is he's a two-way player. He stops the opposition's best forward and he provides rebound from defence. Number 2, the dangerous Bailey Fritsch. He's created some headaches in recent weeks for opposition teams because he's just such a tricky matchup. Adelaide will look to a type of player, maybe a Michaelini or a Worrell, who's that in-between size defender, to try and keep him quiet. The trouble is he only needs a few shots on goal because he is a sharpshooter. Number 3, Melbourne's X-Factor player, Cozzy Pickett. This is going to be a really tough matchup for Adelaide because they don't really have a lockdown defender. The other thing he's introduced this year is his ability to play on ball. He gets up around the stoppage and then races back towards goal, trying to lose his opponent. Adelaide will have to be very aware of this. Number 4, Adelaide are a contested ball team, but this week they come up against arguably the best contested team in the competition. With Viney, Oliver and the threat of Petrarca winning the ball, the other thing they do really well is put you under great pressure, forcing you to blindly kick it down the line. This is where their key defenders come in and intercept mark. Adelaide have to show more composure coming out of stoppage. The opening game of Gather Round is a big stage. Last year, Adelaide thrived with a big win over Carlton. I think they can do the same again against the Demons. Whenever you take a photo of yourself or a friend at any of our games and post it to social media, make sure you use the hashtag WeFlyAsOne. Let's settle on you. Please email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize of 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill at Adelaide Oval. Thanks for your company and enjoy the rest of Easter. I look forward to joining you again on 7 at 1:30 next Sunday in the middle of Gather Round. Bye for now. Today's show brought to you by Hungry Jack's Kit Kat Iced Drinks.